Hi everyone, welcome to the Indica Foods channel. I'm Leah and today we'll be making some delicious pasta and chicken. So to make this particular meal, I will use chicken quarters, but you can use any other part of the chicken. So I will go ahead and reduce some of the fat because these tend to be fatty, but also cut through the chicken so that whatever marinade we put works. So to make the marinade, we'll need some Greek yogurt. If you don't have Greek yogurt, I think any other yogurt will do, but this tends to be very fatty, so I prefer the Greek yogurt. Then to our Greek yogurt, we're going to add some hot pepper. Please be generous if you can manage the heat. And then we'll also go ahead and add some bouillon because we use bouillon for testing. And then we'll go ahead and add some paprika for that smoky paprika flavor, but also the bright red color. And then we'll also add some thyme because thyme is a great herb, and then we'll also add some black pepper for that just black pepper punch, and then we'll go ahead and add some dry garlic. If you have fresh garlic, you can use it. Then we'll also go ahead and add some tabasco pepper. This is from my garden and I'm excited to use it. And then we'll go ahead and give a great mix so that each ingredient comes together. Now the marinade is ready, so we'll go ahead and marinate our chicken quarters. So just go ahead and add the marinade and just mix it up together. And because this is a meal that takes a long time, we'll just let it marinate for about 40 minutes to an hour. Then we'll start working with the other ingredients, that's ginger, onion and garlic, and just peel them together. If you're short of time for this part, you can just peel them and then just put them in the blender. But I thought, I should overdo this today, so I'll just go ahead and hand grate them and fill my ingredients because I love ingredients. So we're grating the ginger because that's the first one we worked with. Now, as we grate the ginger, I want to take this chance to thank everyone for watching our videos. Those that have subscribed throughout last week, thank you. We do not take your subscriptions for granted. We really appreciate the privilege of your subscriptions. Now, if you're coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, please like, please subscribe, and please comment. We look forward to you joining our Indica Foods community, and we're excited to have you. Now, if this is not the way you make your pasta, always feel free to let us know. Now that we're done with the ginger, we'll go ahead and peel our garlic. I love garlic, so I'm going to be very generous with this garlic. I will use a whole garlic, not just like, 2 or 3 cloves. I'll just go ahead and use a whole garlic because whatever stew we're going to make needs to be very rich for our pasta sauce because it will work as the same pasta sauce. I forgot to tell you in the beginning that this pasta has a twist. It has a Nigerianness to it. We're making this like the Nigerian stew, but then we'll use that stew or sauce to make our pasta. So now as we peel this garlic, again, I want to thank all of you for watching our YouTube video. Those that have subscribed, again, you'll always hold a special place in my heart. And those who have not subscribed, please subscribe, please like, please comment, and please also ask your loved ones to also subscribe because we look forward to growing our Indica Foods community both here on YouTube and on TikTok and on Instagram and on Facebook. So we'll go ahead and hand grate again these garlic cloves, and we need a lot of garlic, so we're going to be generous with it. So we'll also have to cut half an onion for the first step. So just cut half an onion, cut it in random directions, because we're not after the shape of the onions. We just want the onion to produce our flavor. So we just dice it into smaller pieces, and then we'll start using this for our first step of the meal. Now, the advantage with making this stew is you can always make it and then keep it in the fridge and use it for your pasta anytime that you want. You don't have to be worried about the time because if you pre-cook the stew, then it will take less than 15 minutes for you to have a meal. Now that we have cut everything, we'll need some tomatoes. I decided to use 2 cans of tomatoes because I needed a lot of stew. But if you don't have to make a lot of it, you can use 1 can. It will still be enough. Then to this, we'll add some onions. The onions that we just sliced, the half onion, we will add that in, and then we'll add in our ginger because we grated this to use it for our stew. So we'll add this, and then we'll also finish this by adding some garlic, the one that we just grated, and then we'll also add some bay leaf to just make our flavors complex. On this YouTube channel, I say you don't have to go to a restaurant to have great food. You can have great food at home. So we'll cook this down, and then once the water has reduced, we didn't add any water because the tomatoes had water. And once the water has reduced, we'll just go ahead and start the process of making our tomato stew. We've made tomato stew in the past on this YouTube channel. There are different ways of making it, but this is my preferred way. And if you feel like the tomatoes are very chunky, because I wanted them to be chunky because of the pasta, you can always blend them before you cook them down. So now that this has cooked down to a pot, we'll add some oil. This is about half a cup of oil, and then we'll let that oil cook down, and then we'll add some thyme. Remember, we are building up the flavor profile, and once that thyme has cooked, we'll just go ahead and add our tomatoes and the onions and the ginger and the garlic and the bay leaf that we cooked earlier, and let these flavors come together and mix up. So you remember that this is a dish that splatters a lot, so you always have to keep a safe distance but also cover the meal while you cook it. So now that this has been cooked and it has absorbed all the ingredients, we'll add some chicken broth. This chicken broth is frozen. It's already spiced. That's why I didn't add any other spices at the beginning, because I just want to make sure that, once we add the broth that's already spiced, we just, let everything mix, and then we can just, substitute or add any spices as we deem fit. So we'll make sure we give this a good turn so that the broth, unwinds. Because it's frozen, it's definitely going to produce water, and then we can go ahead and make our delicious stew. So thank you so much for watching our YouTube video. Thank you so much. For those that have not liked the video, please like the video, please subscribe, please comment, and please share. We appreciate the privilege of your time. Now that the broth has unfrozen, it is releasing this water into our meal. And we just have to make sure, if you want to add water you can add, but I don't think it's necessary because the stew is already watery at this point coming from the broth. All I can do at this point is test and make sure that every ingredient sits in together, and then we can adjust. So we'll just let this cover and cook, because I told you this meal splatters a lot, and you don't want to burn yourself while making this meal. So we'll just cover it and let it cook. Now this has been 15 minutes of cooking. So we want, how you know that the stew is ready, at least how I know that my stew is ready, is when the oil comes on top, and that means that the stew is ready. So you can see this has been cooking for 15 minutes and our stew is ready. To be truthful, this is the longest part that is required when making this meal. So at this point, I'll just go ahead and give this a great turn, but also remove the oil, because we can always use the oil for something else. We don't have to eat all this oil. We'll remove this oil and then start our next process for making our next ingredients. So now the meat has been marinating, our chicken has been marinating for a while now. We'll just go ahead and throw this in the air fryer. Of course, we love the air fryer. If you have a grill and you want to grill it, it will still be fine for you to grill this meat. But also, if you want to go and fry it, it's okay, you can go ahead and fry it. There are different ways of getting the same thing. I prefer the air fryer because of the less oil. It's quick, easy, and not dirty. So yeah, I will go with the air fryer. So once again, thank you so much for watching our videos. Thank you for the privilege of your time. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment. We really appreciate the privilege of your time. We'll cook this for about 15 minutes because this is a large piece of chicken and it's raw, and we really need it to cook through but not be so dry, right? So 15 minutes would be great, and this will be out as soon as possible. It's been 15 minutes. You can see our chicken quarters are ready. They are crispy on top. Every ingredient that we added has given it that flavor, but also if there was oil from the yogurt, it has gone out. So this is how our quarters look like. They're ready. They're nice for our next step. So to make the next step will be the pasta. We'll just start boiling some macaroni or spaghetti in water and just let this boil. Then we'll drain out the water and start our next process. It's that easy. So if you have a stew and you are in a hurry, this is a great meal for you to make. Once again, thank you so much for watching our videos. Thank you for the privilege of your time. We really appreciate it. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment. We don't take your time for granted. We really appreciate it. Now, the next step, we'll add a tablespoon of olive oil. We'll let it cook down, then we'll add our onions because we want to build the flavor profile of our pasta. Then we'll let this cook and like it simmer and release all the ingredients. Then we'll go ahead and add bell peppers. I used the red and the yellow because that's what I had. But if you have the green bell pepper or any other color of bell pepper, it will still be fine. Just go ahead and use it. Once these have cooked, we'll add some of the pasta, the pasta sauce that we made, or the Nigerian stew, tomato stew that we made. Be generous. You can add a lot if you want your pasta to be very tomatoey, if that's the right word. But I think this is great for us. So we'll just go ahead and mix it again to make sure that the flavors are coming together, and we're building this complex flavor profile that will help us enjoy our pasta at home. So I'll go ahead and mix this. Now that the pasta has boiled, basically the next step is to just add that drained pasta. We boiled it, so we'll just add it and let it mix up with our sauce. You don't want soggy pasta, so you have to be very careful. You can also go ahead and reduce the heat at this time because we want the pasta to absorb all the flavors. So we'll just do it at a slow pace and make sure that each pasta thread gets coated with our beautiful pasta tomato sauce. Now it is, we've done this about 3 minutes. Everything is coated, everything has mixed up. You see, this is why I was telling you I wanted the chunky tomatoes. Like, I didn't blend them because I want those tomato pieces to keep showing up, so that you eat and feel like, yeah, you're having great tomatoes. Now, thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment. We appreciate the privilege of your time.